get together for a jamboree. Those ghosts with horns and saucer eyes. Some have fangs about this size. Some short and fat, some tall and thin. And some don't even bother to wear their skin. I'm telling you, brother, it's a fearful sight to see what goes on in the night. When the spooks have the midnight jamboree, they can't get off with that fiendish glee. Ghosts so bad, but the one that's cursed is the headless horseman. He's the worst. When he goes a jogging across the land, holding his noggin right in his hand. Demons take a one look and groan, and they hit the road for parts unknown. There's no vengeance like a spook that's burned. The ghosts don't like him, he's really burned. He swears by the longest day he's dead. But I'll show them that I can get ahead. La, la, la. So close all the windows, lock all the doors. If you're not careful, well, he'll get yours. Don't think he'll hesitate a bit. Also flip your tongue, if it will fit. He likes them little, he likes them big. Parted in the middle, or wear a wig. Black or white or even red. The headless horseman.
Welcome to the lounge, Loungenites. Do you guys like how I call you Loungenites? Is that something you guys enjoy? This is April, May, and the June bugs here on our opening night of Valentine's Day weekend. But as we say, in the valley, Valentimes. Do you have a Valentine? Do you have a cousin? That's what we say here. And without further ado, I would like to bring on my lovely, lovely co-host and partner. And we just found out how compatible we are astrologically. We've been together a really long time. Medium and co-host Elise Marisa Sattilaro.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
Marie. Every Italian girl. Marie.
Is that your middle name? Because I just made that up.
No, it is my middle name.
That's a psychic hit for me tonight.
The M is Marie. Yeah.
I didn't know there was
That's
an
so
M.
funny.
I just made it up. I'm like, it must be Marie if that's her middle name.
Did you think it was Zelda?
Zelda?
I don't know. The name just came up.
No. I didn't think it was Zelda, but I
no.
definitely didn't think it was as simple as Marie either.
No, I think that was like the big middle name back in the 60s. So
Oh, okay.
I was almost Liza, believe it or not.
Well, that's what I am.
I know, but Liza Minnelli, that's the reason why.
I was named after Liza Minnelli.
Get the heck out of here.
I'm not even joking around.
Oh my. We get freakier every level.
Every day, except.
That's weird.
Oh, Maria Calvert's already online. Hello, Maria. Happy Friday to you all. So excited about tonight. It's Valentine's Day weekend. As we say, yes. And sorry, but if you're going to correct me, I'm going to just say, no, it's not going to happen. It is Valentine.
I was agreeing. I'm Italian.
No, and I'm not saying you correct me. I'm talking about the viewers.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
No, I want you to correct me for sure. I'm saying if they want to say it's not Valentine.
Oh.
Then.
Well, just say it the way you want to say it. That's all.
So here's the question. It's a Mercury retrograde, right?
Right.
We're going into the 5D. We're transitioning all this new energy, going into the age of Aquarius. I'm not an astrologer, but tonight we have someone who is. Because we could say I know what a Capricorn, Aquarius, Taurus. I could look at my chart. I know I have a Leo rising, Mercury and Sagittarius, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Stars. I have a Vedic star, and that's how I get the channeling. I had it all done. But you know what? If I look to Sujay, who's coming on tonight, he came a long way to the lounge. He's coming a long way, all the way from India to come and see us tonight.
That's so cool.
And I had a reading with him a couple years ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, I did.
Wow.
And we did a reading over Skype. And first of all, let me just talk about Sujay real quick. The guy is a sweetheart. Okay. He's not like somebody who and he's laughing backstage. I see him, laughing at the things I'm saying. Cause he's like, oh, she's blowing my head up. I am. I think But, you know, you have a reading with someone, they're like a little objective. They kind of keep that wall up. Sujay's like all heart, man. He's just like all passion, all heart. He's a sweetheart. He's a nice guy. He treats you like a person and not just someone sitting for a reading, you know?
Right. That's really good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear him.
He does a completely different type of astrology. Okay. It's called KP Astrology. He does something called horary, which is like you pick a number, and I don't know, he'll explain that. That's interesting. I also did that in my reading with him. And I'm hearing April May in the background, and it's sending me into the Ethernet. Yeah. So, and he's also a tarot card reader. I haven't had a tarot reading with him, but I mean, he's got a lot of stuff going on, but the guy is just a great dude. He's just a great guy. And I know his family is watching from over in India, so we want to say hello to Sujay's family. Thank you for watching the lounge and being a part of this. We'd love for your whole family to come on, Sujay.
Oh, that would be
hang out with us in the lounge. Yeah. Now, little does anybody know about me, which I'll let you know about me. I don't even know if Sujay knows it. But I make Indian food from scratch, grind my own spices. I have all the copper cookware. I mean, all my Indian friends they tell me my Indian cooking is like totally authentic.
Well, you're a really good cook to begin with. So, but I knew that.
I got to share photos with Sujay of my Indian cuisine and see if he approves it. I'm the dal queen. I'm known as the dal queen.
The dal queen?
The dal.
That's kind of cool. Dal, right?
I'm the queen of dal.
Got it.
Yes. Okay.
Very cool.
So, what are your Valentine's Day plans?
Cleaning.
There
are no plans.
Okay, well, that's good.
What about you?
Sometimes it's better to be single than it is to have somebody you don't want around.
A lot cheaper.
Hey, there's a lot of things you could do without money. One is to make a guy a good bowl of dal. Yes.
No, I don't have anything going on, honestly, and it's going to be crappy out, so normally I would take like a ride, and I would go into Princeton, but, you know, safety
What
first.
would you do in Princeton? What do you do
I don't know.
there?
I would go to Palmer Square and hit the stores, go to, what was the chocolate store? Oh my gosh.
Fannie Farmer, as they say in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
No, it's not Fannie Farmer. It's not Fannie.
Do you remember Fannie Farmers?
Yes, I do.
Oh my God.
I do.
Loved Fannie Farmer.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, there's a chocolate store there. I can't think. Anybody who know the store in Princeton?
Gertrude Hawk? Gertrude
No,
Hawk's?
it's not Gertrude. It's the other one.
Gertrude Hawk's factory is right here in Northeast Pennsylvania, just so you know. We make the smidgens here. So if you want Valentine's Day candy, get the Hawk.
I like the caramel ones. Those are good. And the strawberry ones.
The smidgens.
Yes. My daughter used to sell them at school.
Okay, well, they came from out of here, Elise. They came from here, where I live.
Oh, really?
The smidgens.
I'm gonna come up there then.
Yeah, I could get you 3 boxes for price of one.
All right, let me know.
And I could get you seconds. They have a whole factory. You could buy second. You know, the ones that are totally not perfect, like the hearts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a big 2-pounder.
This is information I do not need to know. Don't need it. No, not Thomas. Good. No, not Godiva. Not Thomas Sweets. It's the what are they called? I can't even think of the name now. Oh my God,
What?
I'm getting old. The chocolate store. I can't think of the name.
I think you're sending me the message.
Lindt. The Lindt store. Lindt. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, good.
Well, I digress.
Well,
Go ahead.
Let's talk about Mercury retrograde. We don't want anybody thinking just because you're lonely on Valentine's Day, you're going to jump into a relationship with somebody new right now. Because it's not a good idea. And Sujay's going to tell us why when he comes on here. So I think February this month is all about recreating ourselves and learning to love ourselves. Because if we love ourselves, we're working from the inside out. We're going to radiate that vibe. We're going to radiate that energy. And we're going to attract someone even better than if we're feeling crappy and lonely and sad. Then we're going to attract out of desperation energetically. Right. We don't want to do that, right? So sometimes it's better to just do something nice for yourself if you are single. You know what I used to do back in the day? This was like 20 years ago. This is back in the day.
What did you do?
I didn't like doing the Valentine's Day like traditional dinner where you go out. But I did like making fun of people at the Valentine's Day restaurants. So instead, whoever I was dating at the time, like, let's just go out and like not have any expectations, right? Let's just go out and watch how many people are miserable because they're not getting their expectations met. So many people are, yeah,
Right?
so many people at the restaurants who like fighting, like nobody's talking. People are pissed off, fighting on Valentine's Day. So it's like, what do you want? Like, do you really want to be a part of that? No. I don't think so. Oh, look, we have Sujay's sister on.
I was going to say that after you
Let's
were done
say,
talking.
hi. So I hope I'm pronouncing this right, and if I'm not, you could correct me. But Sushma. Greetings to you both. I am Sujay's sister Sushma, watching the great program. Yes, we're feeling excited to be part of the show. Oh, awesome. We're so glad you guys are all here. Thank you for coming. All right. So without further ado, I know, I'm so excited. Without further ado, we got to get some music here with the gals and guys that come. I mean, they're just as much a part of the lounge. Oh, look at Jason Snyder. He was on last week. And Bathroom Bernie took over the conversation.
The whole conversation.
Yes. So he was supposed to talk about like paranormal investigation. He was supposed to talk about his experiences with the spirits and the homes, and he just sat there and we just sang a song about Mr. Snyder, give me a treat. I mean, he was probably like, what?
Mr.
So we gotta do it over with Jason. We gotta do it over. Jason's laughing, so that's good. Okay. We don't want him to cry.
So we need music now.
We need music if we're going to get everything up and running, if we're going to get things, the energy high for the readings that Sujay's going to do and explain to us what's going on, the trends of 2021. He's going to be talking to us about all the trends of 2021, what's coming up, his type of astrology, which I don't even know much about, and I'm very excited to hear about it. Yeah. KP astrology. Don't even know it. Want to hear more about it. And then he's going to talk for each sign. Okay. Oh, that's good. Cool. I pronounced her name right. This is good. Thank you, Sushma. Great. So he's going to go over each sign. So everybody's going to be covered that's watching. Okay. And the trends for each sign. And then we're going to bring one of our lovely viewers on to ask a question. And if anyone in the chat has any questions about astrology in general, about your sign, about the trends, in the later part of the show in our third segment, you're going to have the opportunity to ask Sujay, me, or Elise, or even April, May, and the June bugs a question, or even CatFish Dave. He's got a lot of great advice. Mm-hmm. So, without further ado, let's get the energy up in the lounge. April, May, and the June bugs. What's going on? Yay! How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
How are you doing?
We're good. We're good. How are you?
We're wonderful. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Of course.
We're glad you're here. Definitely.
Yeah.
We're glad to be here.
Yes.
You guys are looking very. What is the theme of the outfits tonight? Can you tell us about what the outfits going on with that?
So we dressed as a New Orleans Valentine's because in honor of New Orleans, because they can't have Carnival on Tuesday, Mardi Gras Carnival. So we have fleur-de-lis up here, and Dave has a fleur-de-lis on his shirt. So we just wanted to send some love to New Orleans.
Well, that is awesome. And you guys always look in sync. And
they do.
You guys are each other's Valentines.
We are.
Because you guys are married, and they're so cute. But we all know that April's the boss. We all know that she's the boss.
I bet you felt the vibes with that one.
Yeah.
April, May, and the June bugs.
Yes, the June bugs. It's just the June bugs.
Yeah.
April, May, and the
June bugs.
Just,
That's awesome. So what song are you guys going to do tonight for us?
So we picked a couple sweet pardon me.
It's the retrograde.
Where my head is. Some sweet Valentine's Day songs. So I have a sweet tooth. So this song kind of talks about if you had to choose between sweets or love, or sweets or love, I don't know.
Okay, cool. Well,
we're gonna from 1941.
We're gonna mute our mics, me and Elise, and you guys just take it to town.
Okay.
Right on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I like no mistake. But baby, if you insist, I'll cut out cake just for your sake, baby. Come on and knock me a kiss. I like pie, I hope to die. Just get a load of this. When you get high, doggone the pie, baby. Come on and knock me a kiss. When you pressed your lips to mine, was then I understood, oh babe, they taste like candy, brandy and wine, peaches, bananas, and everything good. I love jam and no flip-flap. Scratch that off of my list. This ain't no jam, the jam can scram, baby. Come on and knock me a kiss. When you press your lips to mine, was that I understood, oh babe, they taste like candy, brandy and wine, peaches, bananas, and everything good. I love jam and no flim-flam. Cross that off of my list. This ain't no jam, that jam can scram, baby. Come on and knock me a kiss. Come on and knock me a kiss.
That was wonderful.
That was
Thank you.
great, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
And we always like to let everybody know how they can get a hold of you guys because you have so much cool stuff on your website. You got merch. Now, let me talk about the merch because I went on there to buy a t-shirt the other day. And there were no sizes for women who are Italian, you know. We
Yes,
got
there are.
boobs, we got butts.
Yes, there are.
There's only
The
small.
boogie shirt.
I like the yellow one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I sold out of most of them.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I'm
man.
sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Next t-shirt, say me a large.
Okay, we'll do.
Okay.
All right, go to aprilmay.com, sign up for the newsletter. They got beer soap.
Yes.
They got autographed material. They got albums. They got t-shirts that don't fit me, but they'll fit you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They also have a boogie bus that they drive around in.
There it is.
There it is. I keep it right on hand.
Oh,
There they
thank
are in
you.
front of the boogie bus. But this runs on
Love the
vegetable
boogie bus.
oil.
That's right.
Yes.
If
she
you guys
does.
are new to the lounge, this runs on vegetable oil. You cannot miss it on 295 in New Jersey. If you're driving in Philly, New Jersey, you know where they are. They're on the boogie bus.
Aw.
Yes.
Thanks, Marissa.
Thanks. Thank you.
Maria's telling you guys look and sound great. Everybody's happy that you guys are here.
Thanks so much.
So,
Always raise the
This is-
level. Definitely.
yep, they raised the level.
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
I see you.
And you'll be coming back for some more songs. So I'm looking forward
right.
to it.
Absolutely. We're
Absolutely.
looking forward to Sujay too. I love astrology.
Oh, well, Sujay is coming on right. I mean, I've talked about him a lot. I think people are in anticipation.
I am.
So,
I'm ready.
all right. We'll see you guys soon.
All right. See ya.
Hi, Elise. You're bigger than me.
Hello.
Oh, wait. I have to be on the left. Okay.
My side. Your side.
So let me just talk about my lovely friend here, Sujay, and his family's watching, so I better not make a mistake in what I'm saying.
You'll do good.
So his name is Sujay. His passion for astrology has led to a cumulative experience over 16 years and which continues to offer a fascinating learning curve. His journey started with palmistry and numerology And from the last 12 years, he's been using KP Astrology and tarot cards for his client predictions. Now, I'm not going to pronounce this properly. I won't try. He can talk about it. He's written a lot of articles, medical astrology for the spiritual-based magazine, and I can't pronounce that either, but I'm going to try. Smoothie. Okay. It's not a smoothie. It's a smoothie. There you go. Horary astrology is my area of, not my area, his area of expertise. Horary literally means of the hour, and he uses birth charts created for the moment a client's question is asked, which includes the time, place, and location of the question was first heard and understood by him. He enjoys reaching out to his clients and using his assistants and using astrology as a predictive tool, which can empower them with the knowledge of the planetary cycles and help them navigate the timing of major events like money, love, family, career, and health. Because astrology is a lot about timing. His astrology insights continue to receive excellent reviews from both local and global clients. And we are global because here we are in the United States. He's in India. And he considers it a privilege to be able to support via an accurate and in-depth analysis of people and their issues. And he's available for all sorts of consultations in astrology, tarot, numerology, Vatsu. And we're going to talk about how to find him.
Okay.
But first, I just want to give a warm welcome to our friend Sujay. Hi, Sujay.
Hi, Sujay.
Hi.
Welcome.
How are
Hi,
you?
Marisa. Hi, Elise. I'm doing
well.
great. Thank you
That's
so
good.
much for inviting me to this show and such a beautiful music by April, May, and June. Wow, that's so great. I'm
yes.
so happy and excited.
They are, and I have to put their music in the background because it gives us so much energy to just have a little bit of
Yeah,
of
definitely.
their music in the background. So tell us a little bit about you and your type of astrology. Tell us a little bit about what KP astrology is.
Great. Thanks so much for a lovely introduction, and I'm so excited. Firstly, I'd like to say Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. Salutations to my mother, salutations to my father, and salutations to my guru. Okay, so Krishnamurti Paddhati. So KP astrology is basically a kind of a stellar-based prediction. The term KP has been derived from K is for Krishnamurti, our Guruji who has devised this unique technique of stellar-based predictions. Which, when I say stellar-based, I would explain a bit more into detail. And Paddhati represents the technique or basically the methodology of prediction. So KP astrology is something that is like very unique and very different way of predictions, though its basic root is from sidereal Vedic astrology, to say. So KP astrology is all about planetary star lords and sublords. I can say that when it comes to the zodiac signs, there are 12 zodiac signs based on the solar mansions. We have 360-degree wheel, and the 360-degree wheel, if it is divided by 12 parts, then they become rashis or the zodiac signs like Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and so on until Pisces. Now, there is a different division that we look into zodiac, and this division is dividing the entire zodiac wheel by 27 equal parts, and we get something called as nakshatras. So you could see a lot of my tweets with nakshatras and Instagram posts with nakshatras. So what is nakshatra? Nakshatra is basically asterism or a division in the zodiac, a division of 13 degree 20 minutes in the zodiac. And there are 27 nakshatras that we have, or a 360-degree wheel. So when we are dividing the zodiac by 27 parts, we have nakshatra starting from Ashwini nakshatra, Bharani nakshatra, so on and so forth, until we have Revati nakshatra for Pisces, end of Pisces. So that's about the division of the nakshatras. Now, what our Guruji did is he found out that it's important for us to get into the precision of the planetary degrees as well as the placements based on the nakshatras. So he divided the 13 degree 20 minutes of the nakshatra span to 9 unequal parts based on the Vimshottari Dasha system, and that he called as sublots. So we have 249 sublots. So can you imagine how, I mean, a zodiac wheel being divided by 12 parts gives us a unique perspective. A zodiac wheel divided into 27 parts, we get into more microscopic level. But if a zodiac wheel is divided by 249 parts, we get something called as sublots, and that is like very precision, getting into those minute details of the astrological factors coming into picture. So KP astrology is predicting based on the stellar and the sublots theory, wherein we go ahead and do it based on the horary or based on the natal chart, and it's basically like, fabulously applicable to all facets of life, I could say. And what I would like to say is, our Guruji found out that there are there are individuals who are born on the same date or the same time, and basically there might be some examples of twins who are born with few minutes apart difference. So, for example, someone might be born now at at 8 a.m. and the next twin might be born at around 8:10. So what is the difference? Why do their lifestyle differ? Why do their career differ? Why does their marriage date differs? Why one is very happy in his life and why the other twin is not happy? So he got into the minute details of what is that difference between one twin with that of the other? What is that changes in these 3 minutes or 4 minutes? And I'm so happy to state that, there have been like multiple astrological readings that I have given for twins, and they're so excited. So based on Krishnamurti Paddhati, we get into the sublot details and we are able to minutely identify what is the difference between one twin and that of the other. Why the elder one is interested in marketing and why the younger one is interested in engineering or something that is related to technical study. Because there's a change in the sublot as per their birth chart. And that change is quite evident in that 3 minutes. So that's how Krishnamurti Paddhati is. So here we also make a good use of ruling planets as well for prediction, and it's a lot more. You can also do some experiments. You can sow, I can say, a seed at a particular hour. After half an hour, you can sow another seed in your garden. I mean, kind of like sapling or a seed. And you'll be able to identify why a specific plant is bearing the flower early and why the other plant hasn't bear the flower at the same time. So the difference of that 5 minutes or 3 minutes is what makes a world of difference in KP astrology. That's why it is very important that we get into the minute details. And I keep tweeting that every minute counts when it comes to astrology. And that's what it is. It's so exciting for me to keep on discussing about this Krishnamurti Paddhati as it is and get into those minute details. Thanks so much.
Yeah, and what made you decide to go into this field, and how long did it take you to like study this? Because it seems like it's such a science and it's so in depth that you just can't look at like, oh, Capricorn, Aquarius. I mean, you have to really study this. I mean, what made you decide to go into this field, and how long did you have to study to really start, professionally doing this?
Absolutely. So basically, this is definitely a very scientific way of prediction, as you rightly mentioned. And I was quite passionate about astrology right from my teenage days, I could say. Just to step back and say a bit about my family background. My grandfather was also an astrologer by his hobby, and he used to prepare a lot of natal charts and horary as well. And my maternal grandfather, though he was an advocate, he had passion towards astrology and he had collected huge collection of books, so basically related to astrology. And so basically astrology is something that is inborn, and there's great support from my family, my parents, my wife, my kid, and my sister, and all my cousins. And it's been such a fascinating journey. Like, every weekend I used to go and pick some books and read about astrology, study about it, and again come back and make some refinement and all of these. So right from my teenage days, I was interested into something called as numerology, a study of numbers, and I picked up something like a hero palmistry, and I found out that there are some more nuances that we can get into, and there are some more minute details that we need to get into. So I happened to study KP astrology, and by the help of my Guruji Mahesh Iyer, I was able to get into KP astrology, which was introduced to me like 16, 17 years back. And I started giving predictions to my friends and family members and colleagues, and it just went on. And I've been quite active on Twitter only from last 3-4 years, I can say, or Instagram from last 1 year. But this definitely requires a very kind of like a gradual, continuous study. It's a dedication. Just like you could see April, May, and June, they are like so lovely with their music. It doesn't come in a day. It's like a continuous, a gradual practice that happens. And like mediums like you or Elise, it definitely requires a lot of dedication, persistence, and endurance. And that really takes us to a stage wherein we are able to confidently say, hey, here you go. And so it is definitely a lovely study, I could say. And there are so many great factors that comes into picture when it comes to astrology. There are different formats. Like I love Western astrology as well. I love Hindu Vedic astrology. There are different like Chinese numerologies are there, Lao Shogrid is there, and there are various other formats. I feel that the entire astrology knowledge is only one body. So we just can't distinguish that this is different or that is different. We are all referring to the same astrology study, basically. We are viewing it from a different angle. So I'm so happy and excited is something that is helping the mankind to take the right decisions. It helps them to save their marriages because like there have been predictions wherein people come back to me and say after like few years and say, hey, thanks, you helped me in not signing those divorce papers, and today we are a happy family. Or someone would come back and say, yeah, those were the testing times for me in my career, and now I'm happy that I'm reaching a good position. It's just that you asked me to wait for me to stick on into the job for some more time. So all of these are so insightful and happy when I look back. Such a great time to be an astrologer, right? Like Chris Brennan wrote in one of his tweets recently. It's an Aquarian age coming up, and it's such a great time to be an astrologer. So all excited about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're talking about Valentine's Day and Valentine's Day weekend. A lot of people are like interested in love right now. Like, do you in India is KP astrology or Vedic astrology, whatever you use, is that used to match people, or like should you consult an astrologer before you get into a relationship or a marriage?
Yeah, specifically talking about KP astrology, we have a different form of matchmaking as well. When it comes to Vedic astrology, there is something called as guna and gana, or the points that we see for the matching. But when it comes to KP astrology, it's a complete different methodology. We don't go by the numbers. We check the ruling planets of a person. For example, we check the ruling planets of a girl and then try to match it with the dasha bhukti or the vimshottari dasha of or the planetary alignments of the boy, and vice versa. That way we'll get to know whether there's a particular match that is happening, the particular match is happening or not, or to what extent it is good, not good, and so on. So it's important for us to understand that, see, I being, like, for example, you take up nakshatra, like Ashwini nakshatra. So if you take up Ashwini nakshatra, there might be very few nakshatras that might match, like, 5 or 6 nakshatras. So each of the nakshatra, when it comes to compatibility of relationships or friendships, they have only like 5 to 6 nakshatras that match them. But what is important here is it's important for us to know where the other person's ruling planets are placed. So we get into the birth details of the ruling planets and try to have a match in a different way and get that compatibility stuff done. So it's like very personalized. I can say it doesn't stop at just at the nakshatra level, get into finer details called as ruling planets.
Awesome. And in KP astrology, like, are we Capricorns or Aquariuses, or is it a whole different system altogether?
Yeah, this is an interesting question because one of the first things that I introduced stating is when most of the Westerners come to me for astrological analysis, I'd say that this is sidereal system. So it's generally around like 26 degrees behind. The planetary alignments are 26 degrees behind the tropical placement. So assume that you have your Sun in Aries or Venus in Aries, and as per tropical. So as per sidereal, it'll be in Pisces, in the sign of Pisces, because we deduct what is called as the Ayanamsha, and that's why like your signs might just fall a bit backward for each of these when we clearly focus on the sidereal aspects of it.
Okay, so say somebody was going to get married in India, right? And they came
Yes.
to you.
Mhm.
Wouldn't each system provide you with different information? And which system would they want to consult? I mean, which system would they eventually want to go with, or which one would rule over the other?
Yeah. So Vedic system is like quite popular, I could say, in India. It's like been there for ages, and KP astrology has come into picture from the 1950s and 60s and onwards. And those who have had a flavor of KP, they would definitely get back to a KP astrologer and want some more kind of like a great in-depth analysis and that compatibility. So there is something called as Porutam and there is something called as Praptam. Porutam means like, whether I'm compatible to X or Y. That is Porutam. So that's something that everyone can say. But what is more important for a KP astrologer is praptam. Praptam means, see, my sign is matching with, I can say like three other signs in the zodiac, and three other signs have millions of people. But out of these millions of people, do I have the praptam? Praptam means, am I able to marry X or Y belonging to the compatible nakshatra? So it is not just about the nakshatra. In that nakshatra, there are multiple people, hundreds, millions. But in that particular, star which matches me, it's important for me to understand for that specific person, is it matching me or not? So it's not just about the stars, it's get more personalized about like the prapta means, am I really getting married to the other person, or is X getting really married to Y, or it's just like kind of a a horoscope that just matches. So that's where that difference is. It's not just about the matching, but actually, are you able to marry the person? Is that really on the cards? Is it really happening? So that is what is known as praptam, and that is how it is different from other techniques.
Now, I know that a lot of astrologers have this kind of concept, and I'm wondering if you have this concept, but everybody has challenges in the chart, whether, if we're looking at, a Western astrology chart, there's squares and there's conjunctions and there's trines and there's, all these aspects. And some astrologers that I've talked to believe that some of these challenges, if the person actually evolves spiritually, that these challenges within their relationship to another could be surpassed if both people kind of move up in frequency or vibration in their soul purpose. Now, is that true for KP astrology?
Yeah, all those holds good. So we are following a similar pattern with regard to the sidereal astrology. So karma comes into picture greatly here. There is something called as prarabdha karma. There is something called as sanchita karma. So there are certain parts of karma that we can kind of like erase in our lifetime by doing good deeds, by focusing on like being good or doing good. And there are certain astrological remedies also that we can do, and it will not be something that you have to spend like thousands of bucks or hundreds of dollars to do that. A simple remedy would be like really helpful. Probably I'll get into some details as well when I go through the science. So definitely all these are based on, I can say, what we call that as the karma patterns. So just to summarize, I can say how each day is passing can be checked by the moon's transit. How this month is passing, it can be checked by the sun's transit. And I can say like how this lifetime is being passed, or from what lifetime I'm connected to this, and what is my next lifetime. I can all check through the patterns of Rahu and Ketu, or what you call it as South Node and North Node. So it's all part of destiny. Today, what I am here today is not just because what I am, or what I did, or what I think, or what I eat, or how I live only for today. It's not just like for last 30 years or 40 years. It's based on my previous lifetime, previous karma, and all of this. So it's a culmination of all those karma that lead us to a particular destiny. A child is born at a specific moment, and that moment is destined. And that destiny is something that is like defines our horoscope or birth chart, or what we can do in our lifetime, what we can achieve, the extent of name, fame, recognition, and what are the challenges in our path, and so on. So basically, yes, there are challenges, there are hurdles, as you rightly mentioned, there are squares or oppositions, some of these in Western as well. And there are definitely ways wherein we can overcome. And if it's possible, then we also do certain remedies so that we can ensure that we have a much easier sail through during these tough times.
Oh, wow. You have so much information. There's so much I need to know. I'm going to go to just a music break and have another song. And then when we come back, we're going to go through your trends for 2021 and all
Yeah.
of what you have to say about each sign. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, that's really great. I want to share some special things about this, because like Saturn is already in the nakshatra of Shravana. So Saturn is placed in the sign of Capricorn. It's in the nakshatra of Shravana. So Saturn's effects in Shravana is different from Saturn's effect in Dhanishta nakshatra. So that's how each zodiac sign has three nakshatras. So as I said, like what Saturn has to offer to each of the zodiac signs, I've made some notes. So probably I'll be able to share that much happiness to you all.
Yes, we are looking forward to that. We're going to
Absolutely.
get a song in from April, May, and the June Bugs, give you a couple minute break from all the talking, and we'll be back, and we really are looking forward to hearing about your trends for 2021 and what
Sure.
each sign can expect. And then I want you guys in the chat to think about what questions about astrology do you want to ask Sujay? Do you have questions of your own? And we have one of our audience viewers that are going to come on and ask about her career. when we come back. So we'll be right back with you, Sujay. Hi, guys.
Hi.
How are you?
Great. That's so interesting. I'm so
That's
enjoying
fascinating.
hearing Sujay.
I know. And it's just like, it makes you think, right? You guys need to get your chart done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys going to play now?
So we have another vintage tune. This one is from 1939, and it's new for us. We just actually learned it, and it speaks to the power of love.
Oh, awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear it.
Ready?
All right, we'll mute ourselves.
We are.
Okay.
Comes a rainstorm, put your rubbers on your feet. Comes a snowstorm, you can get a little heat. Comes love, nothing can be done. Comes a fire, then you know just what to do. Blow a tire, you can get another shoe. Comes love, nothing can be done. Don't try hiding, 'cause there isn't any use. You'll start sliding when your heart turns on the juice. Comes a headache, you can lose it in a day. Comes a toothache, see your dentist right away. Comes love, nothing can be done. And there's a weepy old willow, he really knows how to cry. Birds are crown my pillow, if you should tell me farewell and goodbye. Comes a heat wave, you can hurry to the shore. Comes a summons, you can hide behind a door. Comes love, nothing can be done. Comes the virus, you can quarantine the room. Comes the springtime, you can wind another broom. Comes love, nothing can be done. That's all, brother, if you've ever been in love. That's all, sister, you know what I'm speaking of. Comes a nightmare, you can always stay awake. Comes depression, you're gonna get another break. Comes love, nothing can be done.
Yay! Great job, guys.
Thank you so much.
I love that song.
Me too.
That
I
was
just
awesome.
found it.
Did you?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
did.
That's
great.
awesome.
It's new to me. It's from 1939.
Oh my God, I love that song.
Thank
It's
you.
amazing. Hey, if you guys want to know more about April, May, and the June bugs, go to aprilmay.com, sign up for their newsletter. They have also Facebook Lives that they're doing, usually before this show. And you guys are going live with StreamYard too, so you guys have a lot going on. So if you can't get enough of the June bugs, and I know I can't, because we keep they're part of the lounge just as much as the Elise, and we're all family. They're part of our lounge family. Absolutely. And they're here for every holiday season, right? You guys are kind of the house band for every holiday season. And they just have such great stuff. So go to their website, sign up for the newsletter, support them, and we just love having you guys here. So
thanks so much for having us.
Thank you for having us.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Okay,
I love them.
I know they're
so
great, aren't they? I'm a big fan of the June bugs. I just wanted to tell Sujay something before he began again, because I uploaded something for him.
Okay.
Hi, Sujay.
Hey, Sujay.
Guess
Yes,
what I
hello.
did on the break? Guess what I did? I uploaded my cooking, my Indian cooking, just for you.
That's so nice.
All right, here
Thank
you
you so
go.
much.
There you go.
Ooh, that looks
Wow.
good.
That's the
Looks
cookware I
tasty.
have. Yeah, I made that.
Oh, that
I'm
is
sure you-
amazing.
Yeah, this is
think
my
you-
doll. This is my Chana doll. With the
Wow.
yeah, and I have the cookware, the copper cookware. I have the roti, everything there, and it's a little spicy too. I can handle my spice.
Wow, that's great. Mars would be very well placed in your sixth house. That's why you would have added more spice to your cooking. So Mars represents spiciness. And
Well-
thanks so much. It's morning time here, and you have prepared such a great dish. I wish I could
Oh, yeah.
have that dish after my show. It's looking like really great. I can say one thing: you're not just a beginner when it comes to the Indian dishes. I think you're a pro, because that cannot be prepared by someone who is like, no.
Well, here you go, Sujay. Here you go. There, look at it again. You could
It's made
feel
our
it. You could eat it.
Look at that.
Look at that.
That looks good.
That's
I will
great.
make it.
Wow.
I will make it virtually for you, Sujay.
Thank you.
All right. So you're going to talk about
Yeah.
the trends for 2021. So we are all ears.
Okay, that's great. Super. So I want to talk about Saturn's transit to Shravana Nakshatra. So Saturn will continue its transit in Shravana Nakshatra till the year end, and sometime during next year, January, it will transit to the next nakshatra, which is Dhanishta Nakshatra. So we'll see like what is the theme that Saturn provides us for each of the zodiac signs, and what we need to be careful of, what are good for us for each of these sun signs, and finally, I would also like to give a generic remedy for based on the Saturn's placement in Shravana. So just to kind of a note here. So I'm basically stating based on the ascendant or the rising, because as per KP astrology, ascendant holds the key. Then comes the moon sign or the sun sign. So if I say about Aries, it'll be like Aries as an ascendant in your sidereal horoscope, sidereal birth chart. And if I talk about Taurus, it'll be Taurus Lagna or Taurus ascendant based on the sidereal chart. Is that okay?
So how will the people in the chat room know like what relates to them?
Yeah, that's interesting. I have a shortcut mechanism that can work very quick. So if you know
Okay.
your ascendant or lagna for your Western signs, we just have to put your one sign before that. So for example, if Taurus is your ascendant, as per sidereal system, Aries will be your ascendant. Okay, and if Aries is an ascendant, then it will be Pisces would be an ascendant. So you can just mix and match based on the ascendant, moon, and sun sign. And I'm very sure like these would resonate well to you.
Okay, so what Sujay is saying is that if you find out what your rising sign is in your Western chart, like for mine, it's Leo in my Western chart, right? So he's saying you take 1 month back, you take one sign back, which would
Yeah.
be Cancer, would be what I would be listening to in this broadcast. So
Yeah.
how is there a website they can go to find out what their rising sign is if they don't know what that is in Western astrology, so they can see?
Yeah. They can go to drikpanchang.com, and they can just go to drikpanchang. Maybe I can type it.
Okay,
be
can you put that?
interested.
Could you put that in the private chat so I could put it in the comments for them so they can?
Yeah, sure.
So Sujay's gonna write where you can go to find out if you don't know your rising sign, what your rising sign is in your Western chart, like in just regular astrology. You know, what is your rising sign? So that connects to your time of birth, and then you're gonna take it 1 month back. So the sign that comes before your rising sign, if that makes sense. So he's gonna put that resource in the private chat, but we lost him for a minute, so that's okay. We will entertain until he returns. So this is
Okay.
very interesting, isn't it?
I'm like really, really interested in this because we were
I
talking
know.
about doing the astrology, and I did mine a couple of years ago. So with mine, it says mine is Sagittarius, even though I'm Capricorn.
Right.
Right. So that's basically, I guess, like the pattern you need to follow then. So,
But if your rising sign is what, Sagittarius?
yes,
Okay, so then you're
be Scorpio.
right.
Right.
So then you would
Okay.
listen to Scorpio in this.
Got it.
In this, yes. Okay.
Got it. Okay. But I guess for
All
people
right.
to know that. Okay.
Yes.
Sujay.
So Sujay.
Yeah,
let's
that's
see.
great.
Okay.
So basically, this way of stepping back a sign is one of the easiest way, and there are like a very few. I think I have sent up a link wherein you can put up your I can say birth details and check your rising signs. Probably we can give a minute, and in this 1 minute, I'll be able to tell something generic about the Saturn themes. Probably we'll give a minute or two for the viewers to log into it and check their rising sign. Is that okay?
Right. So when they go to this website, is it going to tell them the one that they need to listen to from what you're saying, or do they still need to go one backward?
No. This definitely is the rising sign that I'm talking about.
Okay. So if you guys go to this website right now, put in your birth details, you will find out which sign you need to pay attention to with the trends that Sujay is going to be discussing right
Yeah.
now. So let's
Yes.
let's see what okay.
So basically, you can also check two things. One is your ascendant or the rising sign or the lagna, and the other one is your moon sign. So you can just listen to both of your signs, and you would never know like one resonates other based on the stronger placements. Okay, so here you go. So we'll just give a minute or two, and I would like to talk something about Saturn as a theme. Saturn is presently transiting in Shravana Nakshatra, and Shravana is ruled by Moon. So there are a lot of connections of Moon and Saturn that comes during this entire year for all of us. When I say the theme of Saturn and Moon, so it's important that we go steady, and the do's and don'ts is what I would like to say for all the signs now. It's something like we need to be very steady when it comes to our focus. We need to have some patience through this year, because though pandemic is kind of over, but still we need to keep up some practical plans. That's what Saturn teaches us when it's in Shravana Nakshatra. Saturn also teaches that keep a long-term vision. Just don't aim for something short or something like I need to just do something instantaneously and get onto that. So that's not the vision of Saturn. Saturn believes in persistence. Saturn believes in hard work and that dedication that will help you to take you there. So that's what is the do's and the don'ts for the Saturn theme for the entire year is it's important that you don't take any hurried decisions. You don't have to make any kind of a quick decisions or impatient decisions, because impatience is something that is related to Mars and not related to Saturn. Saturn is something that is slow and steady. So get to the situation, understand things before you start making some decisions, and that's what like Saturn teaches us. And one of the key things that Saturn teaches us, and which we need to remember as a remedy, is respect elders, because Saturn is an elderly planet, and donate food to the poor or help someone who has fallen sick with some medical expenses or so. So these are something that comes as a very great remedies, I can say. So these remedies would help you to ward off the evil effects of Saturn, and it will also help you to have greater effects of transits of Saturn as well. Okay, without wasting further time, let's get into the each signs now. Okay, so starting Aries or Mesha. So for Aries ascendant or Aries rising, this entire year for Saturn theme is it's representing, I can say, stability in your career, not at this point of time, but from March and onwards, you can see for Aries rising that they are progressing well. There are certainly some challenges that is coming their way, but they'll be able to overcome these challenges in a good way and they'll be able to progress further. So it's something like very interesting to note that challenges is sometimes the path. So the obstacle is the path for Aries at this point of time. And I could also see that they would also gain good recognition and fame at their workplace by the year end because it's something that is very strongly presenting 10th and 11th house. And you would also make some benefits when it comes to dealing in property matters or purchase of buildings or sale of buildings, so on, and everything with regard to parental care or spending that quality time with parents is equally beneficial. I can be seen for Aries ascendant. Moving on to Taurus ascendant. For Taurus ascendant, the theme here is all about like expressing themselves, being communicative. And what we could see basically here is the placement of Saturn is kind of like giving them opportunity for them to make those fine tuning or those changes with regard to their job profile, with regard to their skills. So this is a great opportunity for them to look forward to have kind of like go towards that aspirational job that they are looking for. And if they have to study further, like they want to do their master's degree and get on with their knowledge and then again bounce back to work, and this is definitely a great theme. And this is also a beautiful time for Taurians to get into relationships or keep those communication going and spread positive messages that will bring them a lot of good things. It's a good time for Taurus. If they are into business, they can start kind of expanding their business probably to a distant land or something that connects to a foreign land as well. And some good news for authors or publishers here, if they are Taurians, they'll be able to publish things, they'll be able to write good articles, and the articles will be like well recognized. All of these are like coming in very handy for Taurus as a placement. So moving on to Gemini. Gemini rising, or we call that as Mithuna. For Gemini rising, it's a bit of a tricky time because they've been dealing with all of these situations with a lot of patience, I can say. So at this, I mean, it's basically testing their metal at this point of time. So it's important that they kind of embed the Saturn related the themes, what I mentioned of like patience, endurance, and go slow, but keep a focus on the steady and the long term goals. So things will change for the second half of the year. And I could say like June and July would be like, better months for you to get on. But at this point of time, don't make any hurried decisions when it comes to your job profile or something. If you're pressurized, just try to keep it on. And one good factor for Gemini ascendant is like there's a lot of good money, wealth and prosperity that is coming your way soon in second half of the year. That's something that is like very special for Gemini ascendants. And for Cancer ascendants, I can say that it's a theme wherein they can improvise themselves. So there are a lot of avenues wherein they are looking forward to as part of their improvements or areas of improvement. It's important that they start planning practically and adopt those plans in such a way that they are taking these plans to fruitification without being more emotional about it. I understand that the Cancer natives or Cancer ascendants and Lagna based people, at this point of time, it's a bit testing time for them because Saturn is placed in the nakshatra of Shravana, which is ruled by Moon, and Cancer's natural rulership happens to be Moon. So they should avoid making decisions on new moon day or full moon day or or plus or minus 1 day of new moon and full moon, because they should not be driven by their emotions when they take up the decisions during this year. The confusions would persist if they start, being emotionally driven to take up their decisions, I can say. And I could see that the improvement that they bring in or the plan that they have for the initial set of the year would really result in good success and happiness, and they'll be able to get connected to people, their stakeholders, or public in general, or even to their spouses or partners in a much better way. Moving on to Leo. For Leo ascendants or natives, I could see that this is a very competitive phase at workplace, and it also involves a lot of work pressure and like exhaustion because 12th house is operating strongly as well, along with 6th and 7th. So they should take care of their health. They should be like kind of have a fitness regime as part of their daily schedule. It's time for them to like kind of revamp their schedule in such a way that they bring in some fitness factor into consideration. And this is also a good time if someone is having a legal case or a legal battle to fight with, because what I could see is gradually, the verdicts or the kind of the judgments will be much in their favor. So if someone is trying to invest in business, it's also a good way for them to invest in business and look on for a future, good profits in future. So it's all good for Leo, I can see. And it's just important that, there are some changes that are coming their way. They need to accept those changes and move ahead in their life. So that's exactly what is the theme for Leo. Let's move on to Virgo. So Virgo ascendant. So for Virgo ascendant, moon or sun, I can see that this is definitely an advantageous year when it comes to your personal life. And it's important that you start building up those kind of like, nice, lovely kind of a relationship with your friends, with your family. Maybe you're too busy in last, like I can say, a couple of years where you couldn't focus much on the family factors. At the same point of time, it also shows that it's a great advantageous year for you in your career as well when it comes to the second half of 2021. So you'll be quite competitive. You'll surpass some obstacles, and you'll be able to prove that you're really getting into the key details and providing that solution. It's also good for couples who are looking for conception or anything that is related to the medical treatment related to conception for Virgo natives, because I get a lot of queries for issues that are related to childbirth and stuff. So Virgo people, Virgo ascendants and moon, it's really a good time for you to get into those medical help and support so that you can get on with these factors. And moving on to Libra. For Libra, I can see that some things have been moving in the same way for quite some time. Things haven't changed much. And they were like, oh my God, when will the things change? And am I stuck in this kind of a problem or situation for a longer period of time? Or do I need to do something to get out of this? So don't worry about it. Take it slow and be very focused. So focus is the key. You don't have to oscillate between different options time and again. Just get into a decision-making mode and start making those firm decisions. And once you start making those firm decisions, you would definitely have a great theme for yourself for the year. So I would also see good auspicious, functions or like celebrations happening at your home, and it's also like good for you to kind of use your creative thinking when it comes to your workplace and delegate much of work. You don't have to take up everything on your mind or on your head. That would really help you to make the best use of the Saturn theme and get ahead in your career as well. And it's definitely providing you with good recognition very soon for Libra ascendants. Moving on to Scorpio ascendants, Scorpio rising moon, I can see that there are factors for them to think of change of their location, or they want to change their jobs, or they're already giving interviews and stuff. And they also want to see, okay, will this profile suit me? Will that profile suit me? So it's basically they're into that decision making process. So what I would see is, if it is possible, let them stick to the present job and not make a hurried change at this point of time. Okay, it's something like they should consciously and carefully take their decisions when it comes to the job change this year. But what I could also see here is it's a great time for someone who is into media, advertising, publishing, or something that who are into marketing professionals. Their expressions, their mode of communications would help them to come out of any tougher situations as well. And Scorpio ascendants would definitely take will get a lot of good support from their siblings and their family members to keep up the strength going. So negotiations are really good when it comes to business people, and they can go ahead and do some fair negotiations. But it's just that they just need to keep their mind a bit more focused for the long term. So that's the theme for Scorpio. When it comes to Sagittarius ascendant, I could see that there are some initial kind of like inhibitions or restrictions. They're already feeling something is like they're tied up with some boundaries or there's some constraints, and they need to just break away those shackles and move ahead. And yeah, that is the right thing to do. But what I would also say is just have a 360-degree view of what you're doing. That would help you to take better decisions in your career. It's also important that you don't sign any contracts during this phase until unless like you are really thorough with the contracts or you have had a legal opinion, and only then you sign those agreements or contracts, because 8,000 third house creates some kind of issues, or you might have to go back and redraft the contracts, or there are some hidden clauses that you might not have seen. So check those offer documents or any of those contracts that you are entering into. But finance is definitely a good part. At this point of time, you might feel a bit restricted, or you might feel that it's not happening my way. But definitely, second half of the year, Sagittarians will be seeing much more money flowing in to them. So that's about the Sagittarius. And moving on to Capricorn. Wow, this is a good time for Capricorns. So this is where I would like to differ. Capricorn is already having so many planets in, as per sidereal, in their sign. But when it comes to Saturn's transit, it is still promising them a good time with their family. It's promising them that they can carry on the themes of like taking that extra support from the family members. And if someone is kind of like already engaged or committed, I think this year is also like quite important for them to take the decisions slow. But finally, everything with regard to the family support or personal life is showing up very well. And I could also see that Capricorns are also making some real conscious efforts for their development this year, which brings in a lot of, I can say like fruits of labor. So believe in yourself. That's what is important for Capricorn natives at this point of time. This is definitely a good time to enter business as well, and also promote partnerships and get into this like sharing or joint ventures kind of a theme, so that you can also get ahead more strongly when it comes to your business ventures. Moving on to Aquarius. Yes, for Aquarius, one of the first things that I would like to say, Aquarius ascendants, moon or sun, is they need to take care of their health first, because they are kind of like a bit exhausted. They feel like lack of energy or stamina because of the recent pressure themes that had come up. And what I could clearly suggest them is, you're doing really good. You just need to keep yourself more relaxed, have sufficient sleep, so that that would really give you the required energy for you to take up and move ahead in your life for this specific kind of like months, I can say. Accept the changes. So there are so many things that are changing for Aquarians, like the areas of friendship, the circle of friends, or there are some career themes that are changing. So there are too many things that are changing. So focus one thing at a time. You just complete that, prioritize, and then go on to the next theme. So that's how you will be able to tackle or manage the changes that is coming to you. Just be open to change. Don't resist it. The moment you start resisting it, you start feeling that kind of a pressure to kind of like get into a negative mode. So just keep up your focus and move ahead more strongly, because I see that you being busy, you being very productive, and you being phenomenal at your workplace would definitely gain a good recognition very soon. Moving on to Pisces, which is the last sign. Pisces is having a great theme this year. I could see that investments will bring them good results. I could see that there are like a lot of I can say positivities coming into picture, like benefits from children, or sale of properties, and getting on with a realization of some good ambitions. Like you might have had some ambition to probably like do something, or try out a new venture, or step up and learn some new skills. So Pisces natives, this is a great opportunity for you to try out all those new things, and experiment with all those, because you believe that you are laying a strong foundation for future, and you have a long-term vision when it comes to Pisces. This definitely is favorable for a lot of relationships. So here you go. I think like for a lot of Pisces natives, this Valentine's Day might be like real special, and this is something that is coming as a great news for them. So Pisces natives are really making it big this year. So this is all about the 12 zodiac signs and the general theme of Saturn's placement in Shravana Nakshatra.
Wow, that was so much, Sujay. So much
Say.
content and information. And I just think everybody would have benefited from everything you said. And if you don't know what your rising sign is in KP Astrology, we did put that link onto the video, and it will be put into the chat as well following the show. So you can go back and review what Sujay had mentioned about your rising sign in KP Astrology, which is your rising sign in Western astrology. It's the previous month for you. So you did a lot of talking, Sujay, and you did such a wonderful job, and we really appreciate it. I'm going to give you a little break, have a little music, a little song, and we'll come back with our viewer who wants to know about her career. So we're going to take that question.
Sure.
And if you see any questions in the chat that you'd like to answer, we'll come back and answer them as well. So we'll take a little break. Sujay, thank you so much for all of your content. You did a wonderful job. Hi, guys. We're back.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. That was great. I took
That was
notes.
awesome.
So did I. Look. I did
So much information.
Yeah, it was
I
fantastic. Thank you, Sujay.
Thank you, Sujay.
Sujay did a great job.
He's awesome.
He,
Really
he
did.
gave us so much to think about, right?
Yeah.
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 Makes sense too.
Did you guys find out what your rising sign was?
Yes.
So I
Yeah,
believe
yes.
that in Western astrology, our rising sign is Sagittarius, and if we
Both.
back one up, then we would both be
Scorpio.
Scorpio. And
That's
Same as Elise.
Me too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It sure did.
Yeah, sure did.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're all water signs in KP Astrology because I'm, yeah.
We're emotional.
We're emotional, and he's
My
saying
moon.
I shouldn't make any decisions around the full and new moon. Well, I've been thinking about making decisions around full and new moon, and I'm like, why am I thinking about making these emotional decisions? And thank God I
Moving,
didn't. No,
right?
no,
I'm
moving.
not now. Yeah.
No,
Doing it now. Heck
No.
no.
All right, well, we're gonna move into the music and see what April, May, and the June Bucks have in store. You guys could take it away. It's Calgon.
Oh, alrighty.
All right.
So I want to give CatFish an opportunity to sing one. And we were talking a little bit about how, had things been, not in a pandemic situation, Mardi Gras would be next Tuesday. And in New Orleans right now, there would be lots of carnivals and parades and et cetera. So we just wanted to, do something indicative of New Orleans. And this is one of CatFish Dave's favorite songs from down in Louisiana. So he's going to sing this one. Of course, it has food in it.
Yep. Ready?
Yeah.
Goodbye, Joe. Me gotta go. Me oh my oh. Me gotta go. Pull the B-road down the bayou. My Yvonne, sweetest one. Me oh my oh. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Jambalaya, crawfish pie, the Billy gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see Mama Chaz and Leo. Big guitar, filled through jars and be gay. Oh, son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. buzzing. Kinfolk come to see Bond by the dozen. Dress in style and go hog wild. Me oh my oh. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou. Jambalaya, crawfish pie, the Philly gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see Mama Chaz and Leo. Big guitars, fill fruit jars, and be gay. Oh, son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Jambalaya, the crawfish pie, the Philly gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see Mama Chaz and Leo. Big guitars, fill fruit jars, and be gay. Oh, son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou.
Oh my God, I love that.
That's one of my favorite songs.
What's the name of that
Hank
song
Williams.
again?
What's that?
Jambalaya.
Oh my God, love it. Makes me feel so good.
Oh, great.
I'm so
Yeah,
glad.
it makes you
Makes
happy
me want to be
inside.
around a bonfire and everybody's got like hot chocolate and
And like catfish.
Yeah.
And yummy
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
Crawfish. Yeah.
Crawfish,
Awesome.
yeah.
And like that copper pot you showed of that yummy
Oh, yeah, that
cooking.
looked wow.
It looked
Yeah.
good.
Don't have
Oh,
some
boy.
doll on the bayou.
Well, hello, Dolly.
After all this is over, everybody's coming to my house for some dal.
Oh,
That's
boy.
what I'm cooking.
Manja, manja, manja.
That's right.
Bring the samosas.
Yeah.
So you guys, everybody, please go to aprilmay.com, sign up for their newsletter, go to their other lives, buy their merch, buy their t-shirts. I want to buy one. I will buy one as soon as, I see, going to get one of those, and a beer soap and all your albums. They got lots going on. So make sure you just go and
Thank you.
stay connected. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
you.
Our
All
pleasure.
right.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
We're going to have you take us out at the end of the show. So if you want to come up with another song, that would be
Yeah,
great. If
no
you're not,
bucket.
all right, cool. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll be back.
All right.
Okay.
All right. All right, Sujay, you're back. How you feeling? How you doing?
I'm so excited. Thanks so much. I
Awesome.
mean, talking about astrology gives me more energy.
That's great. Well, we have a lot of energy. We're gonna introduce one of our lovely lounge. She's a loyal lounge listener. She's
Wow.
been a client of mine for 10 years. She does a lot of business consulting with me, and she's a manifester, and she's awesome. She's got a big day coming on Monday. So we wanted to tune in and see what you had to say in store for her. So I'm going to bring on Lisa. Oh, hi, Lisa.
Marisa. Hi, everyone. Like I did
Hi.
last with the June Bugs. I love that song because we should have just had a sing along. Really, it's like one of those that has it's catchy.
It is.
Right. So I enjoyed it.
Okay, somebody's asking in the chat, what sign are you, Sujay? They want to know about you.
Oh, that's a good one.
Right. Okay. So my sidereal rising is Virgo, and my sidereal Sun, Mars, Venus, all in Pisces. So if I just put it into tropical, and Sun, Venus, and Mars as an Aries. So I'm also a Libra rising when it comes to tropical.
So what are you in a Western astrology? What sign are you?
Yeah, Western. Western. I am Aries by sun sign.
Aries. Okay.
Yeah.
So and what's your rising sign in Western?
In Western, my rising sign is Libra.
Okay, so you're a balancer, but you got the fire inside,
Yeah.
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Lisa, you have a big day coming up on Monday. We gave Sujay some of your information prior to like have him look a little bit at stuff. And do you want to ask your question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sujay. I'm so excited. Well, I have a big meeting on Monday. It's a
Okay.
Zoom meeting. I feel like it really does hinge on, my business and how it will unfold going forward. So I really wanted to find out and just see, how that meeting is going to go on Monday.
Absolutely. Great. So, if I have your birthday dates right, it's 19 December and 67 and 922 is what is the birthday date. So I'm able to see that you are on the verge of changes. You're on the verge of ending up the old themes and getting on to something that is like really new and important for you. There was some kind of a confusion earlier on, like you were not able to decide much whether this is right or that is right, or should I really get into it, or should I just wait for some more time. So those were some of the themes on your mind in last few weeks, I can say. And also I could see you are tensed to kind of like finalize what has to be done, because you're presently in it's such a factor of planetary transit that you're making some real good careful decisions. But what I would like to say is a positive factor coming your way on Monday. I can clearly see that you're able to perform really well when it comes to your interviews or the discussions, and when it comes to your talks or negotiations with the other person, or it might be an interviewer or a businessman or a prospective client or vendor, whoever it is definitely showing up a lot of positive energies for you. So remember one thing, there are good changes coming your way and you just accept it and move ahead. And I can see like a lot of positive factors that come to you on Monday based on your rising. And it is such a phenomenal thing. You're able to perform and deliver the things on the spot, what's been expected. So basically, you are delivering what is expected out of you, and that's where you have an edge over others when it comes to moving ahead and taking up that particular event or job.
Oh my gosh, that is I love hearing that because it kind of echoes to what Marissa had
Yeah.
we talked about. So that's very good, positive, because it has been what you were saying, even a couple weeks ago,
Hmm.
being unsure, kind of like in this different kind of state, which I
Yeah.
did feel, I was feeling this uncertainty, even though there's been so much progress that's been made, but then you feel like you've taken all these big leaps, and then you're like
Yeah.
kind of pushed back, and you're like, well, I'm making the leaps, but how can I be at a standstill when I'm doing all the right things?
Absolutely. That's right. What you said is true. And it's also important that, you just have those 360-degree view when you're approaching someone. I mean, especially during the next 3 or 4 months. That would really help you to be much more equipped. Yeah, your views and thoughts are really amazing. I can see that you nurtured your thoughts, are grooming well to that specific aspirational role or the project that you want to take up, or you're preparing well. But it's also important for you to just have the perspective from the other person's shoes. So, it'll help you to have a holistic view and have a complete picture about what you are aiming for. That helps you to be much more prepared for your business meetings. And I'm really excited. Just how don't have to take much stress on you. Just be easy, relaxed, and calm, because the bad is over. You're just heading towards the new themes coming up based on Saturn.
That's exciting, and I really thank you. I'm excited to hear that. That's great. It's like
That's
a
really
lot of
good.
work of manifesting and just
Yeah.
really just doing the right thing and focusing,
Yeah.
and doing the work.
That's exactly. Thanks to you, you have such a beautiful chart. So it's nothing that I can create just like that, just based on the interpretation of the chart. So when people get back to me and say, "Hey, that was a good reading," no, thanks to you, because that's the planetary setup that you have. See, it's important that me as an astrologer would give great guidance to the people and bring them out of the difficulties. Help them at least, to have the positive ways ahead. That should be the theme of an astrologer. After talking to an astrologer, they should feel that there is something positive coming out of it, and I just need to move ahead out of it.
So if it was bad, you would have told her, right? You would have said,
Yeah.
"No, it's a bad day."
Good,
Yeah, I would
good.
definitely say.
yeah,
Yeah, I would definitely say,
Precautions, right?
yeah.
yeah, there are a lot of cautions that you need to take in consideration, or you might have to wait for better things to come on, and you might have to drop off this particular option, and there are better themes coming up after a few months. So those would have been my words.
So see,
Thank
Lisa,
you.
he's telling you
Oh,
like it
Good
is.
thing.
And today
Oh, thank
too,
you.
Sujay,
Yes.
it's a lunar. It's the Chinese New Year today, the Lunar New Year.
Absolutely,
So the year.
absolutely.
So it's a great day, and you're going right into that, Lisa, into that weekend.
Thank you. You know what happened today? I got it dropped in right before kind of the close of business.
Mhm.
Purchase orders.
Mm-hmm.
Business
Oh.
purchase orders came in tonight.
Finally.
I was excited. It took a long time. It was like a holding pattern. It felt like I was in the air for like 8 months.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Wow. Well, I'm
wonderful.
so happy,
that's good.
Lisa. I mean, I've been talking to you about this for the whole 8 months that you've been going through it. So I'm just as happy for you that this is going to be an amazing time for you moving ahead, and you're going to be breaking through. So this is great news.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks for having
All
me
the
on.
best, Lisa. I
Of
just wish you
course.
good luck.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks, Lisa.
Good luck.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Good
yeah,
luck with
thank
everything
you, guys.
Monday. Let us know what
Okay,
happens.
bye.
All right, bye.
All right, Sujay, do you want to answer any chat questions that you see?
Yeah, sure. I saw a very good question about karma. Yeah. So
Yes, I'll bring it
basically,
up right
right.
here. Can you explain past life karma in relation to Vedic astrology, and if the benefit of understanding your chart is acceptance and understanding of past life karma, or to learn how to rectify karma to change its effects in current life?
Wow, such a beautiful question. See, from the astrological perspective, one of the main key things that we would look at from a spiritual point of view is like self-realization. I think the belief of self-realization is with all the religions, with all of us. Like we have something called as know thyself, or when you come to Advaita philosophy, it's like who am I, or who you are, or I am that kind of a philosophy. So astrology is such a great tool wherein we can understand who we are in this specific lifetime, and just connecting it back to the karma based on the planetary alignments of Rahu and Ketu, or South Node and North Node in our birth chart. We'll be able to clearly relate like where we came from, which means like what was our previous life, and what are the karma that we are bringing into the present lifetime. What are those good deeds and the bad deeds and all the summation of those, and what would be our next, I mean, the lifestyle for the next coming years, or probably the incarnation of in our next incarnation. So speaking about these incarnations, it's all about like Rahu and Ketu, and astrology is definitely helping us to understand where we are coming from, where we are today, and where we are moving ahead as part of our next lifetime as well. So when it comes to getting rid of the evil karmas, you just need to focus on your Rahu and Ketu placements. That's point one. And secondly, a good astrologer would be able to say, based on the Ketu's placements, what are those simple remedies that you can do. So it can be like as simple as when it comes to Ketu, you just need to kind of I can say help kids, and help kids with their education, or go to a orphanage and donate some food or donate some study books. So that might be a very simple remedy based on Ketu's placement. For example, Ketu is presently placed in Scorpio, so that might be a very good or easy thing. So not all the karmas we can get rid of through remedies. That's what our Guruji Shri K.S. Krishnamurti has said. But definitely there is something called as Sanchita karma, Prarabdha karma, and there are certain set of karmas that we should put in our efforts so that we can overcome these obstacles and move ahead for a better life in this incarnation, and looking forward for the next one.
All right. Thank you, Sujay. Well, I appreciate you coming on. We went a little longer, guys, because we had so much great content. But I want to talk about Sujay a little bit more and what he does and how you can get a hold of him if you would like to have a reading with him. And I'm a little jealous because like I want another reading. So I'm going to probably be calling you again, Sujay. So
Sure.
you can, on social, he has the same handle on Twitter and Instagram. So Sujay Astrologic, and you can find him on both, and he posts a lot. so you can get a lot of great information. Is there anything else you'd like to say about your consultations, how people get a hold of you, anything else you'd like to say about your readings?
Sure, thanks. So, if anyone who is interested in getting consultations from me, they can connect to my Twitter and do a direct message, or they can get onto my Instagram and do a direct message, or they can also send a mail to my email address, sujay.astro@gmail.com. It is sujay.astro @gmail.com. So you can send out your queries. I'll be able to schedule, and it would be really great to connect to you all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on, Sujay. I really, really appreciate it. You are a wonderful guest, and I just can't wait to have you back on again.
Thank you so much, Marisa.
This
Thank you
was
so
so
much, Elise,
interesting.
for listening to me so patiently. And thanks so
it
much
was
for
so
such lovely
interesting.
music.
They're
Yeah,
great,
thank you so-
aren't they?
Thank you.
Yes.
And such
No,
a great music
so nice to
band
meet
we
you.
have.
Yeah.
Like April, May, and June, like they come out with such great music, and wow, amazing. I really enjoyed last hour and a half. It's been thanks to you all. Thanks for all the viewers.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Elise, you
Yes.
have some stuff going on that we want to tell everybody about, right?
I do. So the month of February is nothing but love, love and love. So I am running a special on my readings for 1 hour. You can email me at msat43 yahoo.com, and please include the code LOVE21. That's LOVE21.
So
And I love
that's great. I'm so excited about that. That's a wonderful special.
Yeah.
You want a reading with Elise? Get a reading with Elise. First, you want to get a reading with Sujay, get the timing down.
Absolutely.
Then you want to get a reading with Elise to tell you what you should be doing. All right?
That's right.
So, especially,
It's all long term.
yes. And then
Right.
I'll come on too.
Yeah.
Then I am doing monthly video messages, monthly video forecasts. You know, I do the Facebook Live. You know that I do the live streams, the office, the lounge, the porch in the winter where you don't know what else we're doing. But I'm going to be doing monthly energy updates. And for some reason, my chat is still not working. So go to my website, connectionbeyond.com, and you'll see a big banner up there, and just put your email in if you want to get, because these are pre-recorded. They're not live. So if you want my monthly energy forecasts for free, getting them in your inbox, this is a limited time for all of people on the lounge. Get on that list. Get the monthly messages, which I'm not doing till the retrograde's over. And with what Jay said, I will not make the decision to do them until after 3 days after the new moon and full moon. So we won't be making that decision. And let's see what else I wanted to give you. So Instagram, follow me on Instagram if you have not followed me. Subscribe on Facebook if you're watching on Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube if you're not, so that you can get, when we're live, you get an actual notification in your inbox. We're live now. Come on, hang out. So go to my Instagram. I post a lot of cool stuff, Marisa Liza Pell, and get on those monthly messages. We'll be sending them to your email. So we're going to bring on April, May, and CatFish. We hope Sujay will stay with us and dance for our last song of the night. And let's bring them on. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
That was great.
Awesome.
All right.
Really enjoying the show tonight. Great to meet
Me
you,
too.
Sujay. Love
Great to meet you,
everything
Sujay.
that you're saying. Thank you for all the
Thank
advice.
you.
I took notes.
Wow, that's great. Thank you.
Thanks so
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well, we're excited to have you guys take us out of tonight's show. You're doing such a great job. We can't
Thank
wait.
you.
And Sujay's going to do a little dance. And he's going to, because now he's not working anymore, he's going to enjoy the music. So we're all going to mute ourselves. You guys could take it away.
All right. Well, we're going to do a Valentine's Day themed one to take us all out. This is one that CatFish Dave wrote, and it's a very kind of up energy song about
Wow.
romance of dancing and
That's great.
and hopefully a kiss.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Can somebody scream? 2, 3, 4.
Shut up, you fool, and kiss me. Don't you even wanna miss me? I've been away from home, living here all alone. All I think of is you and me. Oh, shut up, you fool, and kiss me. Wait for your eyes to lead me into a hypnotic trance of love and romance that we had once before. I've been away from home, honey, left you for the road. As time went on, my insides an empty shell, and I can't go on. Oh, shut up, you fool, and kiss me. Don't you even wanna miss me? I've been away from home, living here all alone. All I think of is you and me. Oh, shut up, you fool, and kiss me. Don't you even wanna miss me? I called you on the phone, and when I get home, honey, when I get home,
Yes.
like the big bad wolf, I will blow your house down.
2, 3, 4.
Put your hands on my hip. Turn the radio on. Love, we're about to chase the full moon till the break of dawn. Put your hands on my hip. Let's boogie. Put your lips to mine, love, and kiss me.
Go, cat, go.
You know those other boys may be cute, but they can't stand up to you. When I imagine your hand in mine, chills run up and down my spine. Oh, shut up, you fool, and kiss me. Don't you even wanna miss me? I've been away from home, living here all alone. All I think of is you and me. Oh, shut up, you fool, and kiss me. Your only choice is to embrace me. 'Cause when my heart runs wild, you're my bad wolf pal. You better back your hatches down. Put your hands on my hip. Turn the radio on, love. We're about to chase the full moon till the break of dawn. Put your hands on my hip. Let's boogie. Put your lips next to my love and kiss
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
You guys could tell why you're so in sync. Now we know you have the same rising sign when you perform.
That's right.
Now
Thank
we
goodness.
know. Awesome. You guys, we really appreciate you guys are on, seriously, it's like every holiday you guys are on. It's like a tradition. It's like a tradition here in the lounge.
We have
wheel
next
of the
month
year.
too.
Yeah.
St.
Yeah.
Patty's Day.
So, everybody, thanks for staying on and a little bit longer at the lounge tonight. We just had so much to go through. I tried to keep it at an hour and 15 minutes, but you know, we had a lot to talk about. So,
was awesome.
everybody was very appreciative. Look, they're saying good night. Thanks for a great night.
night,
Clapping. Great lounge tonight. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Awesome. Maria, another great night at the lounge. Thank you so much, guys. Without our audience, we wouldn't be having this much fun. So thanks to all of you for coming on. And there is Sujay's sister. She loved the lounge as well. Thank you. Thank you, Sushma.
So
Thank
nice.
you.
Awesome. Well, we will see you guys next week where we are going to have a coach coming on who is going to talk about from burnout to brilliance. Basically, if you're burnt out and you're looking for a breakthrough, she's going to help you get over the hump. So this should be interesting
I
next
think
week
everybody
as well.
will need that, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do some of that.
Yes. All right. So Darlene is telling you guys are all awesome. Thank you. Everybody's appreciating you guys coming on. Thank you, Sujay, coming from all the way over to India. Thanks, April May and
you.
CatFish Dave. Thanks, Medium Elise Sattilaro.
Always a pleasure.
You're welcome.
Sushma, big thank you. We are Sujay's family. Honored to be part of the show. Thank you guys for watching the lounge. Hopefully you all become fans and watch every week.
Sure, definitely, yes. Such a lovely show already.
That'll be awesome.
Awesome. All right, guys. You guys all have a great night, and we will talk to you soon next week.
Night.
Bye-bye.
Valentine's Day.
Happy
Thank you.
Valentine's